This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Our top story this hour, the city of Sarasota lifts its ban against medical marijuana dispensaries, a unanimous decision made by city commissioners.
And this comes just 7 months after commissioners unanimously voted in favor of that ban. So why the change of heart? ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from City Hall to explain what changed commissioners' minds. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, back in July, city commissioners did vote to ban medical marijuana dispensaries in the city of Sarasota, but only temporarily. A state bill had put pressure on them to either ban all dispensaries citywide or accept them everywhere that pharmacies were accepted. Commissioners felt like they needed more time to work out the details and figure out how this plan could be accepted citywide. So they did that, and finally this week are now allowing medical marijuana dispensaries in the city.
It's such a huge relief.
Kathy Bryant has been fighting endlessly, leading the charge to bring medical marijuana dispensaries to the city of Sarasota.
This has not been a 7-month fight for many people. They've been doing this for lots and lots of years.
For years, Bryant has had medical marijuana shipped to her home from Colorado for her daughter, Danielle. At age 5, Danielle started having seizures. 2 years ago, she had 6 concussions in just 1 week. Then Brian started her on medical marijuana.
Nothing along those lines in the 17 years had ever helped her seizures. Some helped, but nothing controlled them at all.
The CBD oil helped Danielle drastically.
Since then, she's having about 1 to 2 seizures a month, and she's down to 3 pills instead of the 20 pills that she was on without control.
That's why Bryant has been fighting for medical marijuana dispensaries locally, not just for her daughter, but for everyone who needs them. She was there Monday night when city commissioners, including Jen Ahern-Koch, voted unanimously in favor of allowing these dispensaries.
I am in support of it because the voters voted for it, 71%. The community came out and spoke to us and said this is something that we want, and we want it as part of our community. We don't want to have to go to Bradenton, we don't want to have to go to Venice, we don't want to have to order online. We want it here in our city.
Now the 20 pharmacies that already exist in the city of Sarasota will be able to dispense medical marijuana.
These dispensaries are going to be limited to medical cannabis for vaping, for edibles, and for oils.
It also allows other dispensaries to be built, but only in specifically designated areas of the city. Now for Bryant, the treatment for her daughter Danielle's seizures can now come from down the street instead of across the country. I'm told this resolution does go into effect immediately. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Jess, thank you. Homes in a South Bradenton neighborhood are without power right now, and some residents may be evacuated after a car hit a utility pole this evening. Fire crews say the driver lost control of the vehicle and struck that pole on Florida Boulevard, moving the pole about 5 feet. Rescue crews arrived to find the driver in stable condition, but they were taken to the hospital as a precaution. As for the neighborhood, the power is expected to be out for a few hours while repairs are made to the pole, and some homes may have to be evacuated because there could be the possible electrocution hazard to residents or those in the area if they come too close to that pole and the downed power lines.
The Florida Forestry Service is investigating 54 fires that have been set over the last 3 weeks. 48 of those fires are believed to be arson. Officials tell us that that is the largest number that they could remember. While most of the fires have been quickly stopped, some nearby homeowners are growing concerned that one of these fires may spread out of control. Now the Florida Forestry Service is asking neighbors to help keep an eye out.
We neighbors have to be a little more watchful for those people. I mean, this is kind of a separate area and people may take advantage of this.
The Florida Forestry Service is asking for anyone with information to contact them. There is a $5,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
Just a great day here on the Suncoast. Warm temperatures this afternoon.
There was a lot of people heading to the beaches too. There was some traffic out there.
I would too if I weren't working today. But let's get more on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
That's right. A lot of people hitting the golf courses too today. Did a little Dream 18. We'll talk about that later on. And Van Wezel webcam showing beautiful conditions out there. We have the Plantation Community Foundation Celebrity Golf Classic 2 happening this week, and it looks to be pretty nice. You can see generally fair skies. These high clouds continue to stream in. Should be another gorgeous sunset tonight. I want to thank everyone for sending those photos in last night, too. I posted them on mysuncoast.com, a lot of those, so you want to check those out. And the ones that come in tonight, we'll try to show as well through the evening broadcast. 74 right now. We have mostly sunny skies, and the dew point is at 65. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 5, and the pressure at 30-23, way up there. And that continues to rise. Now, we have a little bit of these high clouds moving in. It always makes for a gorgeous sunset right now. And you can see generally fair skies across the state. There is an area of low pressure developing over the lower Mississippi Valley. We'll talk about that low and what it means for our overall weather coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Happening right now, the first of 3 open sessions this week regarding the development of more than 50 acres of land around the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota. Tonight, those involved with the Bay project are getting input from the public on one of the most talked about projects in the Sarasota area. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from the Robert L. Taylor Community Center in Sarasota with more tonight. Rick?
Yes, Scott, good evening. They do have a great turnout for this event here tonight, and I'm joined by one of the guys spearheading this project. It's Michael Klauber. Michael, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited to see all these folks out tonight, and what an exciting kickoff to a whole week of community involvement.
Yeah, talk a little bit about exactly what's going on here tonight.
Well, we've got interactive stations where people can come and learn about the history, how we got to this point, where they can give their input and help us dream the future for this iconic property.
And speaking of which, why is it so important to develop this 50-plus acres?
You know, there's been a lot of different phases of what's happened on that property. And what really got me excited, and I think what has most folks here excited, is this is our opportunity to leave our legacy for generations to come, to do something great and iconic and something that our kids and grandkids are going to be proud of.
Okay, and really quickly, you do have a few more of these open meetings this week.
We do, and we've got 2 more sessions in the next couple of days, and we encourage people to go online and check out bayfrontsarasota.org, and you can find out the locations. Actually, the next 2 are at the Van Wezel, so hope to see everybody out there because we need your input, we need your feedback. Help us dream the future.
All right, good luck with things moving ahead. We do appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
And that's Michael Klauber, and he is with the Sarasota Bayfront Planning Organization. They're here until 7 o'clock tonight. It's the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex in Sarasota. And we'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. 5 Florida students are being recognized for getting top scores on a prestigious international exam, and 2 of them are from right here in Sarasota County. Margot Bernadette Albiz of Sarasota High School and Alexis McKinnon of Booker High School have been recognized as top in the world for their scores on a University of Cambridge program exam. Another 26 students in Florida are recognized as top in the country, and another 5 as high achievement Cambridge learners. Students can now use that exam toward credit and placement at more than 600 colleges throughout the country, including all Ivy League schools. What a recognition there for them. Congratulations.
Bright futures ahead for them, too. Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a unique view of Manatee County where you can get a new perspective of nature.
And later, why state officials are fighting for space where college students can express themselves freely.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Everyone likes the 2018 Honda Civic for $169 a month. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. You'll like Civic's 5-star safety ratings and that KBB.com named Civic a best buy and the most awarded car. Get the 2018 Civic at a payment you'll love. $169 a month today at your local Honda dealer.
Honda, I like it. Oh yeah, I like it.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
This holiday season, show a little imagination. For her, how about a visit to the spa or an evening at a fine restaurant? For him, it could be a round of golf on a world-class course or gear from the pro shop. You'll find these gifts and more at rtjgolf.com/gift cards. RTJ gift cards and resort cards are easy to wrap and never go out of style. Whether it's a good drive, a great steak, or relaxation at the spa, find it at rtjgolf.com/gift cards.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
You can soon get a new perspective on nature in Manatee County. The Parks and Natural Resources Department is getting ready to open its Mosaic Nest, a center for nature, exploration, science, and technology. It's an elevated treehouse education center and will feature classrooms for environmental programs. The Mosaic Nest will open at Robinson Preserve next Friday. There will be an open house and ribbon cutting starting at 4 p.m.
7 student athletes and a coach in the Sarasota Scullers program are heading to Virginia for the first ever World Rowing Indoor Championships. The competition will be held in Alexandria next weekend. Students from Sarasota, Venice, Riverview High Schools, along with Pineview and Out of Door Academy, will be competing. The same organization, World Rowing, held the successful World Rowing Championships at Nathan Benderson Park last year and organized this new indoor rowing competition.
Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert weather forecast after the break.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
I heard about the Dottole Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottole Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
and that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Please join us in welcoming the two newest additions to the Lincoln lineup, our flagship luxury sedan, the 2018 Lincoln Continental, and the totally redesigned 2018 Lincoln Navigator, featuring 450 horsepower, 10-speed transmission, and many best-in-class features. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment, every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at nationalguard.com.
So, couldn't get better today, wasn't it? I mean, it
It's beautiful.
warm. Just a day to get outside
Not
and
too
enjoy.
hot, not too cold.
Right.
Very enjoyable.
It's really quite nice. 80 degrees east of I-75, a little bit warmer there, but still near the coast. Really nice. Had a chance to get out there, a little Dream 18, and it was beautiful out there this morning.
How'd you do?
Well, not the best.
We'll have to wait and see.
Not the best. Not the best. Linda Brun sending this one in from Venice, showing some mid-level clouds coming in, and Venice. This is Carl Gates earlier. This was actually last night. I want to show you some of those photos. A beautiful shot coming in from Venice, and this one was great. Fred Seeger, Casey Key last night. If you have your photos, send them on in to pics, PIX at mysuncoast.com. Weather headlines, again, read like this. We're going to see some patchy fog tonight. We were expecting a little bit of fog this morning, but stronger east wind kept that fog from forming. On top of that, little drier air from the east, too. Cold front fizzles out as it heads in our direction. One thing it will do is leave some residual clouds around, so expect a little bit more cloudiness, especially on Thursday. But it will stay warm, so not to worry. This cold air that you see, which is bringing freezing rain as far south as Texas, is going to really lose its low pressure area and kind of move away. You can see that front coming down. This is Thursday morning, just a thin line of clouds and maybe a few spotty showers inland. That'll be mainly due to the heating of the day. We're expecting highs into the upper 70s to low 80s. And then by Thursday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you can see quite a bit of clouds depicted by this forecast model, and even some fog around too, so that could be an issue on Thursday. Satellite and radar review showing these high clouds continue to stream overhead. Now high pressure is at the surface and continues to dominate our weather, and will do so, it looks like, for the upcoming days. Now that high pressure ridge is going to slip a little bit off to the east, but not too far. It'll be right now just off the coast here, and that's providing us with this east to southeasterly wind, feeding that moisture right on into the low pressure area that's developing to the west of us right now. But for the time being, with this east to southeast wind, we will see the possibility of warm temperatures all the way through the weekend. That's right, it's not going to leave us, it's going to stay there, and a high pressure ridge will get knocked down a little bit with this low pressure area that's now developing over parts of Texas, but that will travel mainly to the north and east, so we're not going to really see that here. The cold front falls apart for the most part, but the clouds around it will still be lingering now and again. 74 our current temperature. It is nice out there. Winds out of the west-northwest at 5. The pressure 30-23, way up there. High today was warm, 79. 72 is our average, and we'll see above average temperatures, as I said, right through the weekend. 74 currently in Sarasota and in Orlando. 75 in Miami. And near the coast, as you would expect, a little bit cooler with that west coast breeze developing earlier today. 68 at Cortez, the Gulf water temperature now at 64. Arcadia at 77 and 78 in Punta Gorda. Tomorrow's forecast calling for a little bit of patchy fog around tomorrow morning. Will warm up, though, into the upper 70s for highs and low 80s in places like Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, and even into Ellington, right around 78 to 80 degrees there. I mentioned that freezing rain near Dallas and stretching off into Arkansas now. Very cold temperatures over the northern plain states, too, in the Great Lakes. While the European model suggesting maybe 1 or 2 lone showers as well inland Thursday, but not much. On Friday, the rain kind of scoots back to the north of us, and then looks like we'll have another frontal system approaching, but it won't happen until Sunday late and into Monday morning as we get another chance of showers. But all of the weekend looks to be rain-free for the most part. There's a 20% chance for a shower here and there. So for boaters tomorrow, looks good out there. Seas will be running 2 feet or less with a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 64 degrees, and beaches will see a high right around 76. Inland areas, upper 70s to low 80s. Wednesday, Thursday, I mentioned a little bit of increasing cloudiness, and same story on Friday. Nice on Saturday. Sunday, we get a 20% chance for a shower and a 30% chance for Sunday night and Monday morning. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. I had the incredible opportunity to take part at Fruitville Elementary's Career Day this morning. I love visiting there because it's where my daughter went to elementary school. The students were outstanding, asking great questions about what we do here at ABC7, and I promised them I would say hi. So, hi Fruitville Elementary. Thanks for having me today.
I love that. Looks like a great time. A Senate committee has approved a proposal dubbed the Campus Free Expression Act. The Senate Education Committee signed off on the plan with a 7-4 vote. It aims to allow college students to exercise free speech wherever they want on state university campuses. It would prevent colleges and universities from designating campus-free speech zones or taking other steps to restrict speech-related activities to specific areas of campus.
More and more, you have a lack of diversity of thought and an intolerance that says, if you don't agree with me, it's hate speech, I don't want to hear from you, shut up.
We're passing legislation that can be interpreted in certain ways, and it's unnecessary. You know, if we have a problem, and we got lots of problems here in the state of Florida, let's address the problem. Let's not address what we think will be a problem.
That legislation has one more committee stop before it can be debated by the full Senate. A similar bill in the House also must pass one more committee before it can come before the full chamber. This week marks the midpoint of the 2018 legislative session.
Coming up, we'll introduce you to Little Chick and the amazing woman who tells her story.
First out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Tonight's amazing Suncoast woman tried several careers, but when she finally found her calling, she found true joy.
ABC7's Linda Carson introduces us to Miss Toni Kennedy.
Let's go for a swing or go down the slide.
Preschool performer Toni Kennedy thrills her young audiences.
I've written a show that's all about the fear and trepidation children fear going to preschool.
She brings along her friend Little Chick, who's starting preschool, and she's scared.
I'm a little scared.
Because I've never been to preschool before.
Little Chick goes in and the children, through songs and dance and the storyline, we help Little Chick along with her first day of school.
The children are eager to help.
One of the lines Little Chick says is, well, I'm afraid, what if my parents don't come back? Every time they all scream, oh, they're coming back, they're coming back.
Tony also asked the teacher to wear a chicken hat and lead the kids in a chicken dance.
The kids crack up to watch their teachers do this silly, silly dance.
Tony has sponsors like New York Hair to pay for her performances so the schools don't have to. It all started when she was teaching preschool and made up songs for her students.
I would sing little songs to the children, and the very first song I ever wrote was for a little boy who asked, where did my mommy go?
She sang a song telling him that Mommy would soon be back. She soon wrote songs for every event in their preschool day, 18 songs in all.
There's a morning song, what we do in the morning. There's even a nap time song. There's a potty song, and the potty song is the only song that's directed toward the adult. There's a pickup song. There's even a wake up after nap time song.
Her performances are meant to empower children and let them know what happens next in their day.
Now I can reach far more children with my message of empowerment than when I was a preschool teacher.
Tony's the youngest of 9 children. She grew up in a housing project and found her calling early.
I just made that commitment through my entire life to always be that adult where children felt happy and safe and seen and empowered.
And her life lesson?
If I can help somebody, then my living has not been in vain.
And Miss Tony's messages stays with the children for many years to come. I mean, who could forget Little Chick and their teacher wearing this hat and doing the chicken dance? Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
I think I kind of want to see Linda do the chicken dance.
Yeah, me too. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We leave you with Starman in Orbit.